So we continue with our characteristics और reactions के बारे में ज़्यादा importance है. So number one characteristic was evolution of gas, which is over for us. Evolution of gas. This is over. Then is formation of precipitate. Precipitate is denoted with PPT. First of all, significant things that you should study here is number one, you should study the definition of precipitate. Anything that remains at the bottom of a solution and goes unreacted is called a precipitate. तो इसका definition आप रख लीजिएगा. What is the precipitate? And let's see some typical type of reactions where we will have formation of precipitate. Number one, potassium iodide Ki reacts with lead nitrate. अच्छा, lead के बारे में कुछ interesting चीज है. lead nitrate, ये जो lead है ना, lead बोलने से येलो दिमाग में ले लेना. lead salts are generally yellow in color. ठीक है? तो lead, this is, don't write, see I'm writing here yellow means does not mean that you should take this as yellow. This is not yellow. lead means, अच्छा यहाँ नहीं लिखते हैं, अलग से लिखता हूँ. Keep a note. Whenever you see something about lead, there will be yellow associated with it. ठीक है? यानी कि this particular reaction will qualify both for formation of precipitate as well as for formation of change in color. Okay. So PbNO3, this will be. So what type of reaction we will see here? It will be a double displacement reaction. It will form PbI2 and it will form KNO3. Okay? PbI2. So you put a 2 out here and you put a 2 out here. I think this gets balanced. So lead iodide. इसको ऐसे bottom में दिखाते हैं. So potassium iodide reacts with lead nitrate to give you lead iodide and potassium nitrate. This fellow will be a yellow precipitate. So this particular reaction is actually supporting both formation of color as well as it also supports formation of precipitate. Potassium iodide reacts with lead nitrate, forms lead iodide. Again, look, the element iodine is only alone associated, so iodide, IDE, and this is potassium nitrate. Formation of color, as well as it also qualifies for double displacement reaction. And what is the characteristic of double displacement reaction? No oxidation or reduction is taking place. Double displacement reaction, there is no oxidation, no reduction. You can check. Iodine is in group 17, so iodine's oxidation state is -1. So potassium is +1. Nitrate is -1, potassium is again +1. So potassium remains from +1 to +1. There is no oxidation. Single displacement reaction, oxidation reaction takes place. Double displacement reaction, there is no oxidation or reduction. ये ऐसे लिख के रख देख सकते हैं ताकि सब कुछ एक बार में याद आता रहे. No oxidation or reduction as a reactions. Because we are doing holistic revision now. The next example here would be barium chloride BaCl2 reacts with sulfuric acid H2SO4 and it will give you barium sulfate, white precipitate. And what is left with? Barium sulfate and HCl. Okay? So this is also precipitate. It will be white precipitate. Zoe said she will be joining. She has not joined. Has she texted anyone? barium chloride, and this is sulfuric acid. This is barium sulfate. And this is कौन सा हम करेंगे ना हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड. अच्छा ये एसिड नहीं है. हाँ, दिस हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड इज अ गैस. हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड इज अ गैस प्लस हाइड्रोजन क्लोराइड इज एन एसिड आल्सो. एक्वस लिखेंगे तो एसिड है, तो इसको आप उसमें भी क्वालिफाई कर सकते हो evolution of gas में भी. हाँ, so let's see, 2 hydrogen and 2 chlorine, so you are very correct, it should be 2 HCl. So it also qualifies for evolution of gas. Hydrogen chloride is a gas. ठीक है. So what all are the characteristics of reaction? Evolution of gas, we have studied that. Formation of precipitate, we have studied. Change in color, one of the reaction we have seen here, change in color, right? Change in color, you can also say a litmus paper turning black, they can also mix with that, litmus paper turning red, that's also chemical reaction taking place. That's why litmus turns blue, litmus acid turns blue litmus into red. Then change in state, change in state is seen like paraffin and other things, combustion, right? After combustion, it vaporizes. And exchange of heat. So we'll now go for our heat part, transaction of heat. ठीक है? So see anything about lead. So don't have much of reactions. Now for evolution of gas, what type of reactions we should give? Acid reacts with metal to form metal salt and gives away hydrogen gas. Acid reacts with a metal carbonate to form carbon dioxide, water, and the additional salt. Salt means acid will have an anion that will react with the salt's metal, and the carbonate from the metal will come out as carbon dioxide. ये भी हमने देख लिया. After that we had to see reactions for precipitate. Lead का एक example देख लो, barium का एक example देख लो. Barium sulfate is a precipitate. Lead iodide is a precipitate. This is yellow in color. After that comes change in color. So change in color, you can give these as example. Litmus paper as an example. Then comes change of state. Change of state is like burning, paraffin burning, and उसमें इतना पूछते नहीं है because that's something where we cannot show you any reactions and all. The next one is most important, which we say evolution of heat or absorption of heat. That is absorption or release of heat. करें इसको. Shall I rub this? Done? चलो. So let's go and understand now. Absorption or release of heat. Okay, the reactions, now we have got reactions. A reaction may absorb heat, that is a form of energy. Then this reaction will be known as endothermic, right? And I can have a reaction which will release heat. Then this is known as exothermic. More better ways to understand. Thermic stands for, thermic आता है वर्ड थर्मल से, और थर्मल बोलते ही आपके दिमाग में हिट करना चाहिए हीट, राइट? हीट. Endo means inside and exo means outside. Now how do you read this inside and outside? We will read this inside and outside with perspective of system. This is my system. System means where the reaction is happening. Everything that is outside the system is known as surrounding. This is how we show a typical system surrounding nomenclature in physics as well as in chemistry. System means जहाँ reaction हो रहा है. So if heat is coming inside the system, heat is denoted by the letter Q. Okay, heat is denoted by the letter Q. If heat is coming inside the system, means net heat. Net heat is coming inside the system, then it will be known as, the reaction is known as endo. And if system is releasing heat to the surrounding, that is, you are giving heat this side, then it is known as exo. The first way to understand. अगर heat अंदर ले रहा है, now some common examples, okay, some common examples. All the fuels that we heat, why do we heat? We burn fuels to get energy. So all type of combustions, देखो तो, all combustion reaction have to be exothermic, because end of the day you are burning a fuel for what reason? I am burning a fuel to get energy. अच्छा, अब यहाँ पे एक सवाल है. Say for example, you are burning coal or say charcoal. You want to make barbecue. Now, when you are burning charcoal is not going to burn on its own. You have to supply heat. आपको पहले heat देना पड़ेगा. So you are giving heat to the system. Then you should say, sir, burning of charcoal should be endothermic. This heat is overall. Once charcoal may take 5 rupees from you, but in return it will give you 5,000 rupees to you. So overall 4,995 rupees donated to you outside to the system. ठीक है? Now later on you will also see the type of, just open that net window, that insect will get out. Yeah, very good. You are very good at it. One shot. Okay. When we see types of reaction, we see another type of reaction which is known as what? Decomposition reaction. Now what all types of decomposition have you seen? Thermal decomposition. Decomposition by applying heat. Is heat a source of energy? Yes. Decomposition due to sunlight, again energy. And decomposition due to electricity, again you are applying and supplying energy. So all decomposition reactions will be decomposition reaction. All these will be endothermic. Are you able to understand? Decomposition. अच्छा, एक और चीज सोचो. When you are trying to decompose, when I am trying to decompose, let's say one example, calcium carbonate, CaCO3. If I give heat, what am I getting? Calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So calcium carbonate was something like this. This was calcium carbonate. But when you applied heat, you got two things, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Don't you think bonds were broken? Bonds break हुआ. तो ये एक और चीज याद रखिएगा, इसको हम बोलते हैं बेंडो, और इसको याद रखिएगा मेक्सो. Mexo means wherever bonds are getting made, they'll all will be exothermic reactions. Bendo means, for example, C plus O2, they bond together and form one product CO2, Mexo. CaCO3, apply heat, breaks into CaO plus CO2, break हुआ, Bendo.
So
कॉम्बिनेशन रिएक्शन में ज्यादातर आपको सारे के सारे कॉम्बिनेशन नहीं, यू शुड थिंक वेयर बॉन्ड्स आर फॉर्म्ड एंड यू आर एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. ऑल कॉम्बिनेशन रिएक्शंस आपको दिया, तो मेक्सो बेंडो इज अ वेरी नाइस वे. दिस दे टीच इन कैम्ब्रिज. मेक्सो बेंडो, यू रिमेंबर दिस इन माइंड. मेकिंग बॉन्ड्स एक्सो, ब्रेकिंग बॉन्ड्स एंडो. ठीक है. नाउ सम टिपिकल एग्जांपल्स. रेस्पिरेशन. रेस्पिरेशन इज अ स्लो कंबस्टन. कंबस्टन एक्सो. Obviously, after breathing and eating, digestion. After digestion, don't you sweat? Vivan had one full plate of biryani. After that, you feel like going and dipping yourself in the swimming pool. गर्मी आ जाता है body में. Exothermic. Photosynthesis. Plants take sunlight. Endo. Cooking. Endo. The food will not cook unless and until it takes energy. Don't try to think that, sir, I am standing beside while cooking, I also sweated. No, no, no. Look from the system's perspective, the food. Melting of glaciers. Melting of glaciers. How is the glacier melting? By absorbing heat from the sunlight, the ice is melting. So melting of glacier is also known as endothermic. Okay. Now formation of nitrogen monoxide. ठीक है, ये एक बड़ा ही स्टाइलिश रिएक्शन है. नाइट्रोजन मोनोऑक्साइड. Nitrogen monoxide formation is endothermic. The reason is why, you know, that's halfway to combustion. पूरा नहीं हुआ है. पहले नाइट्रोजन और कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड. Carbon monoxide formation is endo. First it will take heat. You have not burned carbon fully. You get the energy out when carbon dioxide will be produced. Carbon monoxide तक होते होते आपका कभी कभी ये पूछता है नाइट्रोजन मोनोऑक्साइड. नाइट्रोजन मोनोऑक्साइड फॉर्मेशन इज एंडोथर्मिक. ठीक है, अब कुछ रिएक्शंस देखते हैं. Is there anything that somebody has not understood? This you need to be fundamentally very clear. Endothermic means system has taken in heat. Rather not heat, you should use the word energy. And system has given out energy. Mexo, bendo. Clear? चलो इसके ऊपर कुछ examples लिखते हैं. So all combustion reactions are exothermic. So let's see some combustion reaction. One of the very simple reaction which you will again encounter in the chapter of carbon and its compounds. This is methane. Methane burns in oxygen to give you carbon dioxide plus water vapor plus heat. When you go to the chapter of carbon and its compounds, all fuels will have the same reaction. They will burn in oxygen to give you carbon dioxide and water vapor. This is water vapor. This is water vapor. This is known as methane. What is methane? The major constituent of natural gas. ग्रेड 8 में पढ़ा था सर, भूल गए. ठीक है, जो then take the example of respiration. Respiration means what? We have eaten food or digestion. We have eaten food. The food has been digested by us, and all the food has been converted to what? Glucose. So glucose will be C6H12O6. ठीक है, इसके साथ क्या लगेगा? Oxygen. And what will you exhale out? CO2, and you will have perspiration in your body also. H2O plus heat. Reverse is photosynthesis. CO2 plus H2O in presence of sunlight with a catalyst called chlorophyll will give you glucose plus oxygen. तो ये 6O2 हो जाएगा, C6H12O2. So yeah, this is 6O2, 6H2O, and 6H2O, 12, 12. Yeah, 12. That's fine. And this will be 6CO2. This is respiration. Respiration. एंडोथर्मिक में देखना है तो कैसे देखेंगे? फोटोसिंथेसिस. CO2 plus H2O in presence of sunlight with chlorophyll will give you C6H12O6, and plants give you. So this is energy intake. So 6CO2, 6H2O, 6O2. This is known as photosynthesis. फोटोसिंथेसिस. सिंथेसिस मतलब बनाना. Some more. Nitrogen reacts with oxygen from nitrogen monoxide. Here heat will be absorbed. This is endothermic. Nitrogen monoxide. This is happening in automobiles. Complete combustion does not take place. 2NO plus O2 will give you 2NO. Some more thermal decomposition ले लो. CaCO3 solid. When you give heat, it will form CaO solid plus CO2 gas. This is calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is also known as limestone, and they'll give you quicklime. But you write the chemical name, okay? This is calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate, and gives you calcium oxide. And I think you know what is CO2. Electrolysis of water can also be given. H2O will give you 2H2 plus O2, 2H2O. This is also energy in the form of electricity. This is known as electrolysis of water, endothermic. Breaking of bonds, window. Sida. Next thing we will see is a catalyst. What is a catalyst? A catalyst is a substance that speeds up a reaction, expedites a reaction. Don't say alters the rate of the reaction, it is always altering in the positive note. Something which slows down a reaction is known as an inhibitor. वो भी लिख लीजिए, आएंगे अभी इसके बाद में. Once we are done with this, then we will write. Catalyst is someone who will speed up the reaction. In our days, we used to learn a catalyst is someone who either speeds up a reaction or slows down. But nowadays, the perspective is different. Catalyst will always speed up. Inhibitor will always slow down. But catalyst is like Narad Muni. Himself, catalyst will never get affected. So, in chemical kinetics, in grade 11, you will understand what does catalyst actually do? How did catalyst himself or herself did not get reacted? So catalyst actually provides a platform. It creates the platform where the reactants can come and fight together. One of the best example, it creates the boxing ring or the boxing arena for the molecules to react together. So that's the job of a catalyst. अब हम उसी को लिखेंगे. Done. ऐसे अगर पढ़ लिया तो 15th of July and 22nd July तो आज कोई नहीं छीन सकता 70 मिनट अगर तुमने पढ़ लिया तो, है ना. लेकिन हम 70 मिनट नहीं पढ़ेंगे, इंस्टाग्राम करेंगे और बाद में 140 मिनट रोएंगे. आइए, कैटलिस्ट. कैटलिस्ट लिख के रख लो. डेफिनेशन: a catalyst is a chemical or a compound which actually expedites a reaction. A catalyst will always speed up a reaction. Speed up a reaction. And something that slows down a reaction is known as a inhibitor. Inhibitor slows down a reaction. The first example for this would be photosynthesis, which we have already written right now. What is the catalyst in photosynthesis? Chlorophyll. Okay. Chlorophyll. Then comes thermal decomposition of potassium chlorate, KClO3. This is potassium chlorate. Potassium chlorate. Thermal decomposition. That means this reaction is a endothermic reaction. Thermal decomposition means it will break down into simpler substances. So you have to provide heat and it breaks down to potassium chloride, KCl, and gives you 3O2. So KCl, 3O2. So you have to have 2 KClO3, 2, 6. Now this reaction just by applying heat will not happen. You have to have magnesium dioxide. Magnesium dioxide. This is catalyst. Anyone has the book? Anyone has? Oh, I have it. So let me check. So the magnesium oxide, not from dioxide. Yes, I'm correct. Magnesium is never dioxide. Magnesium is oxide. This is manganese dioxide. Very sorry, beta. Mn. Yeah. देखा, वहीं हिट कर जाना चाहिए, मैंगनीज। आपको क्यों नहीं हिट किया? मैग्नीशियम डाइऑक्साइड नहीं होता है, मैग्नीशियम इज इन ग्रुप 2, मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड इज ऑलवेज MgO, so there it hit me, that clicking should come। नहीं नहीं, गलत नहीं होता, ये गलती होने से आपको आपको सुन के पता चलना चाहिए ना, स्टेल खाना खिला रहे हैं आपको, खनक गया ना हमको, आपको भी खनकना चाहिए वो। MnO2, MnO2, मैंगनीज डाइऑक्साइड, 2 ऑक्सीजन होना चाहिए ना, MnO2। Methanol preparation, again you will find this reaction when you go to carbon and its compounds and you study about alcohol. Carbon monoxide, CO, reacts with hydrogen. Carbon monoxide reacts with hydrogen and it forms methanol. Methanol formula is CH3OH. This is methanol, also known as methyl alcohol। मिथाइल अल्कोहल, इसको, दिस इज हाईली पॉइजनस, हाँ, इसको पीते ही मर जाएगा आदमी। द वन दैट पीपल ड्रिंक इज इथेनॉल, मेथनॉल इज हाईली पॉइजनस। So 3H2, now here you have got lot of things, it's an industrial process, so 300 atmosphere, 300 atmosphere means almost like a bomb, and 300 degree centigrade, जैसा heat वैसा ही temperature, plus you will have zinc oxide, ZnO, plus chromium oxide also, CrO3. You need not memorize it, but if they give this reaction to you as a question, they'll give this reaction to you, they'll ask you what type of reaction is this, so this is the catalyst, zinc oxide plus chromium oxide, that's it। Fine. This concludes first part of the chapter, where we have completed reactions which are specific to characteristics of reaction। ठीक है, अभी कॉन्फिडेंस आ रहा है ना चैप्टर में, नाउ आई थिंक यू आर गेटिंग कॉन्फिडेंस ऑल्सो। So catalyst, they will ask you one example, so at least have the definite reaction of what you call photosynthesis by heart। if you have photosynthesis by heart, then you have respiration also by heart, एक ही reaction को उल्टा करके लिखना है बस, ठीक है। Our next topic is, can I rub this? Manganese। Our next topic is balancing of equation। So first you should know what is a balanced chemical equation। Before that you should also know what is a chemical equation। तो ये सब का डेफिनेशन ले लीजिए। अब केमिकल रिएक्शन से आप चले गए हैं केमिकल इक्वेशन में। So chemical equation is a mathematical way of representation of a chemical reaction where you show the reactants and products by means of their symbols or chemical formula as the case may be। if you are having only an element is represented by a symbol, a molecule, that is an atom, is represented by a symbol, a molecule will always be represented by a chemical formula। the difference between symbol and formula is symbol will have only the English literals, formula will also have in suffix the numbers। so are elements always represented by symbols? No, you keep the definition very perfect। atoms always symbol, like the element may be oxygen, but oxygen is represented by a molecule O2, so it's chemical formula, it's not symbol। sodium is represented by its atom Na, so that is a symbol, ठीक है। so first you should know what is a chemical equation। so इसका भी आप लिख लीजिए definition when you are actually making your notes, definition, and then you should also have the definition for balanced chemical equation। the necessity of balanced chemical equation you have read in grade 9, law of conservation of mass। so total mass of the reactant is always equal to total mass of the product। these are for standard chemical reactions, not nuclear। now try to understand, in See, if I break this tower, the mass of this tower before the tower is broken and after I have broken it into all dust and debris, their mass should be same, because matter cannot be lost. So mass of the reactant should be equal to mass of the product. In a nuclear reaction, what happens? The mass of the reactant is more, the mass of the product will come less. Imbalance ho gaya na. Where did the other mass go? Energy. That is where E equal to mc square comes. That mass gets converted to energy और उसी से बॉम्ब बनता है आपका. That comes out as energy. ठीक है? Because a nuclear reaction में there is a difference. When you go in higher classes, you will understand. Chemical reaction में the atom itself never changes. See, the first thing what did we learn in chemical reaction? Atom does not change. Only regrouping takes place. But in a nuclear reaction, the reaction is happening with the nucleus. The atom itself changes. For example, carbon. Carbon, if it is undergoing radioactivity, it changes to nitrogen. वो सब यहाँ नहीं होता है, वो न्यूक्लियर में होता है. वो आप जब रेडियो एक्टिविटी पढ़ोगे 11 में और 12 में, तब जाके आपको पता चलेगा. ठीक है? So you should know the definition of these two. Balanced chemical equation. So in a balanced chemical equation, what will happen? You will have the side of reactants. We will have reactants. So and in this reactants we will have participating atoms. Participating atoms. So the count of participating atoms, this will give you products, should exactly match with count of participating atoms. Now when I say as atoms out here, you are taking out each atom from the compound or the element that is coming up out here. Say for example, my reaction is something like C plus O2 gives me CO2. So what are the participating atoms on the reactant side? Carbon, I have got one atom. Oxygen, I have got two atoms. Out here, what are the participating atom? Again carbon, I have got one atom. Oxygen, I have got two atoms. So it's a balanced chemical equation. Okay? However, if I take a reaction like this, H2 plus O2 gives me H2O. So if I see the participating atoms are hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen are 2 in count, oxygen are 2 in count. Out here hydrogen is 2 in count and oxygen is 1 in count. So this is not balanced now. इसलिए हम इसको balance करते हैं. 2H2 plus O2 gives me 2H2O. So now this becomes 2 plus 2 equal to 4. This is 2 plus 2 equal to 4 and oxygen becomes 1. इसमें 2 हो गया और यहाँ भी 2. ये balance हो गया. Balancing सिखाना है कि याद है? All of you remember balancing? Try you use that ABCD method only when you are unable to proceed. ऐसा नहीं हर चीज में जाके ABCD लगा देना है. एक प्रॉब्लम दे दे, कर लोगे फटाफट. एक क्वेश्चन देता हूं, ठीक है? One balancing try to do, and the best way to give balancing is always from combustion of hydrocarbons. चलो, let's take octane C8 H2N 16 plus 2 18. C8 H18 plus O2 gives me CO2 plus H2O. This is octane. Octane reacts with oxygen, gives me carbon dioxide plus not water, water vapor. Octane is a gas, oxygen is a gas, this is a gas. चलिए एक कर लीजिए आराम से. No points for doing it fast, all points for doing it correct. Again you are writing with a red pen. Red is difficult to pick with your eyes. नहीं है, ब्लू मैं लूं, मेरे पास है. उसमें क्या ला रहा है, आटा ले आ जाके इतना बड़ा बैग से. Blue or black, which one do you want? Give both is not the big issue, return both. इतना बड़ा एक बैग. काम का चीज कुछ भी नहीं. Anyone who needs help, do not hesitate. कि इसके बाद और नहीं पढ़ाऊंगा, यही लास्ट है. And you are a very lucky batch. एक बार डिटेल पढ़ के फिर एक बार पढ़ रहे हो रिवीजन में. वाओ. दिस वन, चलो देख लेते हैं. So the first step would be what? The first step would be just put A, B, C, D. Agreed? And then do the analysis on reactants and product side. So first we have got carbon. So for carbon, try to do the analysis. How many number of carbons you have on this side? 8A. So if you are if this reaction is balanced, 8A should be equal to C. Right? Then कौन है? Hydrogen. Hydrogen is how much? 18A. 18A should be equal to 2D, or 9A should be equal to D. है ना? This is the reaction. 9A should be equal to D. After hydrogen we have got oxygen. Oxygen में कितना है? 2B. 2B should be equal to 2C plus D. इतना ही है. Agreed? अब कौन ज्यादा अपियर हो रहा है? ए यहाँ पे भी है, यहाँ पे भी है, एंड यहाँ पे नहीं है. सो वी आर टेकिंग लेट ए इक्वल टू 1. इफ ए इज इक्वल टू 1, देन सी का वैल्यू कितना हो गया? 8. बी का, अच्छा डी का वैल्यू कितना हो जाएगा? 9. और बी का वैल्यू चाहिए अभी बी. सो बी शुड बी इक्वल टू व्हाट? 2b. 2 टाइम्स ऑफ b इज इक्वल टू 2c, दैट इज 16 प्लस 9. बोलो तो. हाँ, so B is equal to how much? 25 by 2. So B is equal to 25 by 2. We have no other option. Multiply everything with 2 right now. So this changes to, this changes to 25, this changes to 16, and this changes to 18. हो गया बच्चा? अब डाल दो सब. A का जगह में क्या डालेंगे? 2. B के जगह में क्या डालेंगे? 25. C की जगह में कितना डालेंगे? 16. और D की जगह में कितना डालेंगे? 18. Now just have a quick check. Carbon 16, carbon 16 balanced. Hydrogen 18 to 36, hydrogen 18 to 36 balanced. Oxygen 50, oxygen 16 to 48. And sorry, 25 into 2 is 50. 16 to is 32, and 32 plus 18 is. एक मिनट भी नहीं लगा देखो. No one gave the answer, by the way. At least this fellow told me that here. Where did you get confused? 25 by 2. That means we have to do what? Rationalization. क्या अर्जुन? I saw you. You were struggling. बोलते क्यों नहीं हो? Hit and trial. अभी एक बात बोलो, अभी तुम गुस्सा हो जाओगे. From the time I am teaching, you are obsessed with hit and trial. I am not anti hit and trial. If you sit the whole day also, you will not be able to do it hit and trial. Hit and trial is also my beloved technique. But if they give you this method, you have always been reluctant to take this. जब मैं ये पढ़ाता था तब भी आप नहीं करते थे. See, one thing God has given me very sharp. Ears of that of a dog, and my memory is like that of an elephant. एक बार जो देखता हूँ मैंने, that time I used to sit here. You used to come to my class. Then also as to say, used to do a hit and trial. ये भी पहले hit and trial करता था. 2-3 बार फंस गया. अब इसको लगता है नहीं, इसको भी जान के रखना अच्छा है. Then you sat down with your chin down. कहाँ हुआ hit and trial? End of the day, it's not about obeying me or what. Success आना है ना? Did success come in hit and trial? No. Hit and trial will help you all these reactions. H2 plus O2, 2H2O, and those ICSC reactions which we did, वो सब hit and trial में कहाँ होगा? If there are 3 Heat and trial, see, if I give you 3 substances in reactants and 4 substances in product, गई भैंस पानी में आप हिट एंड ट्रायल करते हो, उससे ऐसे कर लो, ठीक है. एवरीवन हैव अंडरस्टूड दिस और नॉट? एनीवन हु स्टिल डज नॉट अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग? Zoe's camera is giving a sepia image. It's looking as if Zoe is in 1960. See, hazy, typical that Annabelle type movie shooting. शाम हो गया, अभी कुछ होने वाला है. Done. Shall we go ahead? Right, very good. चलो. Anyone has any sort of Pihu, Sanvi, clear बेटा? ये टेक्निक तभी लगाना जब आपसे नहीं बन पा रहा है. अगर हिट एंड ट्रायल से हो गया, वेरी गुड, you'll not lose time. But if they have given you a hydrocarbon reaction and if it is above C4 से भी आप फंस जाओगे. Can you quickly do hit and trial for this one? Just see. ब्यूटेन का रिएक्शन करो. ओके, ब्यूटेन, you don't know what is butane. C4H10 plus O2 gives me what? CO2 plus H2O. The time starts now. Let's see. आराम से. See by hit and trial whether you are able to get it or not. Try hit and trial. Same family reaction. Combustion of hydrocarbon. The question will come maximum for 2 marks. 2 marks के लिए हम बोर्ड में मैक्सिमम 2.5 मिनट्स दे सकते हैं. 2 मिनट से ज्यादा नहीं. बायो, हाँ. आफ्टर एच क्या? H10 10. हाँ, वो थोड़ा टाइम बाय कर लिया ये बोल के. He thinking, he चलाकिंग. आ गया? बताओ कितना आया? 2C4H10 plus 13O2 8 CO2 plus 10 H2O. चेक कर लो. 2 4 8 बैलेंस है. 13 2 26, 8 2 16 and 10 36. वेरी गुड. 2 and 10 20 and 2 and 10 20. बैलेंस्ड. गुड. दिस इज व्हाट यू शुड डू. अगर आपको ये हो जा रहा है, so these are hydrocarbon reactions. Usually as I told you, C4 5 तक maximum success आएगा, उसके बाद फट्टू हो जाएगा. They will just tell you write the balanced chemical equation. See, okay, let's say you don't use it in boards. Now she's asked a very good question. Can I use it in boards? This was Vanya's question also when our first time test happened. My question is, this question, if it comes for say 1 mark. Write the balanced chemical equation. Whether I have copied from my companion beside or Brahmadev came and told me in mind, I am just supposed to write the balanced chemical equation. Say if it is 1 mark. Nobody will give you this for 3 mark. If it is 2 mark, then what do you usually do? What do you usually do? You must be making a rough column and you are trying to show reactants, products, and then you are trying to show what are the atoms. You will say carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. ये 2 नंबरी वाला प्रोसेस करके आपको मैथमेटिक्स तो हो गया ना. इधर डाल दो भाई. I did it with the MAM method only. Who said I did it with ABCD? ABCD is in my rough copy, right? Otherwise, you tell me, what method do you do in school? Hit and trial? How do you write in hit and trial? Okay, like Sarthak has solved this problem with hit and trial. Let's agree. Now, Sarthak, you tell me, how has the teacher told you to write your answer? Just the balanced chemical equation?
No, with the column.
With the column.
Yeah.
Now, since you have done it with hit and trial, so you can make the column and do it. Now, suppose this question was the question which was the previous one, octane wala question. So you are struggling right now with hit and trial.
Yeah.
So at the rough end, you go and get this sheet. End of the day, you are supposed to fill this platter. और पीछे करके यहाँ पे प्लेटर भर दो ना और लिख दो. अरे, how to give you a nice example? You are a newlywed bahu in a house where there is a very dangerous सास and a ननद. समझ में आया? वहां पे लोगों को खाने के लिए बुलाया है और तुम्हें बोला बहू जाके पूरी और आलू बनाओ. बहू को तो पूरी बनाना ही नहीं आता है, तो तुम क्या करोगे? ऐसा ऑस्ट्रेलिया का मैप बेलो और फिर कटोरा ले लेके कट्टी 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 मार दो और जब सांस आ रहा है ना इनको तलो और बाकी को फिर ऐसा कर दो. लोग बोलेंगे बहू कितनी अच्छी पूरियां बेलती है. बहू ने कैसे बेला है तो बहू को पता है, वही टेक्निक करना है। पानी पूरी इज एब्सोल्युटली गोल लाइक दिस, इतना छोटा में थोड़ी कोई गोल करता है, ऐसा बड़ा एक ऑस्ट्रेलिया बेलता होगा। एंड जो भगवान का ग्लास होता है ना, छोटू छोटू स्टील का, कट कटी 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 मार देता, बस हो गया। दिमाग लगाओ यार, बट नॉनसेंस। ठीक है अपर्णा, डाउट क्लियर्ड? राइट, चलो नाउ वी सी टाइप्स ऑफ रिएक्शन। So this part is over. After types of reaction, we will be going into what? We will be going into that oxidation reduction in daily life and reactions in daily life. चलो types of reaction में सबसे पहला क्या type था बोलो? Combination reaction. Okay, combination reaction. If you go for any entrance exam and all, they may also ask you as addition reaction. In other syllabus, it is also read as addition reaction. Combination reaction का मतलब होता है A and B will combine and form AB. So this sort of, now start thinking, A and B combine to form AB. It's a mexo. Bonds are getting made. So this type of reaction will always be exothermic. C plus O2, CO2, है ना? और क्या है? H2 plus O2, H2O. If H2O को split करने के लिए एनर्जी चाहिए, तो H2O बनने तक एनर्जी छोड़ेगा। रिवर्स है ना प्रोसेस? ठीक है? I'm not going much into deep, so take down some combination reactions. I'll be concentrating more on only reactions. So combination reaction, what all should I study? Sir, please study the definition as detailed in the book. Definition. Then try to remember this empirical equation. Then take some reaction. Fe plus S gives you FeS. Can you name FeS now? Sulfur is coming alone. That means the name will end with
Iron sulfide.
ide.
Yeah, iron sulfide.
आयरन सल्फाइड ठीक है, थोड़ा लैटिनिश नाम लेंगे तो आयरन फेरस। अभी बात आता है फेरस है या फेरिक है। व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन फेरस एंड फेरिक? आयरन के पास दो ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट होते हैं, Fe+2 एंड Fe+3। छोटा वाला हमेशा होता है अस, बड़ा वाला होता है इक। बट इफ यू लुक एट कॉपर, कॉपर का छोटा वाला is Cu+ and this is Cu+2. Cuprous, cupric. Ferrous, ferric. So this is ferrous sulfide. Or if you are saying iron sulfide, Vivan, then you should write it like this: iron 2 sulfide, which actually states what is the oxidation state. ठीक है, iron sulfide हो गया। Then कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड, सी सेम रिएक्शन घूम घूम के आ रहा है। लाइक क्या था हिंदी में अनुप्रास अलंकार, वो शब्द सुनी अर्थ भिन्न नहीं भिन्न। CaO plus H2O, what should it give? कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड। दिस इज पेंटर्स रिएक्शन। चूने को पानी में घोल दिया, क्या बना? कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, CaOH2, and if you filter it out, it is known as lime water. Very good. चलो next reaction, NH3. What is NH3? Ammonia. NH3 reacts with HCl. What should you get? This is sublimation reactions reversal. Ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. हाँ, और क्या? और कुछ नहीं, एक ही। अच्छा ये रिएक्शन भी देख लो अच्छी तरह से। Do you know the process of sublimation? What is sublimation? Yeah. What, any example of sublimation? Dry ice. Dry ice. If you go to fish market and all the ice that you see is dry ice. Otherwise, अगर fish market में water ice रहता, people would have been using boats in the fish market. इतना पानी हो जाएगा. So in sublimation, what happens? A solid skips over the liquid stage and directly forms into gas. ठीक है ना? Ammonium chloride, very stylish salt. Ammonium chloride in our engineering days used to be our poor guy's refrigerator for any refrigeration purpose. So if you are playing a match or anything and you want soft drinks to be refrigerated, get ammonium chloride from the chemistry lab and immediately take a bucket and put some ammonium chloride on it. Freezing cold हो जाएगा, फिर उसमें और एक बकेट में पानी डाल के, उसमें हमारे टाइम में कहाँ फ्रिज विज होता था, बस ठंडा हो जाएगा। सो अमोनियम क्लोराइड undergoes thermal decomposition, right? Thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition means it is taking in heat. तो सिस्टम ठंडा हो जाता है, इसीलिए अमोनियम क्लोराइड बाल्टी में डालते ही आसपास ठंडा हो जाएगा. It takes in heat and it decomposes to a gas called ammonia and hydrogen chloride. Both are in gaseous form. However, ammonium chloride, if you take as a salt, sorry, as a crystal, and you heat it here, this experiment we used to do, it will form fumes immediately. And again, by the time it reaches the tip, you can again touch and feel some crystals. मतलब थोड़ा थोड़ा बूंद मिलना शुरू हो जाएगा. If you are making खीर वगैरह हम बनाते हैं, just when you take out the spoon, you feel granules of milk again on that. So that is again reverse deposition is taking place. That's this reaction. The ammonia and the hydrogen chloride recombine to form ammonium chloride. So this would be an example of decomposition reaction. Bonds are getting broken, bendo, and this will be combination reaction, nexo. ठीक है? Also an example for sublimation. देखो पढ़ोगे तो सब कुछ समझ में आएगा. Obviously, HCl here is in gaseous. Otherwise पीटूंगा पकड़ इतना देर sublimation बोल रहा हूँ तो गैस ही होना पड़ेगा ना, लिक्विड थोड़ी दिखेगा तुमको. Okay. पूरा घर गृहस्थी संभाल के थक गई है. अच्छा, नेक्स्ट, कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड. If there is insufficient air and you are trying to burn firewood, you will have eyes which have become red, lungs में ऐसे हो जाएगा. तो कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड. कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड इज अ टॉक्सिक गैस. कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड मतलब हाफ बर्न कार्बन, तो इसको थोड़ा और ऑक्सीजन देंगे तो क्या बन जाएगा? Carbon dioxide. This is complete combustion of carbon. So you can take this example also. So 2CO, you get 2CO2. This is one more. Then hydrogen and chlorine, H2 plus Cl2 will give you 2HCl. This is not acid, huh? This is gas. Hydrogen as a gas, chlorine as a gas forms hydrogen chloride. Then sodium chloride, Na plus Cl2 will give you NaCl. Put a 2 out here, put a 2 out here. This is done. That's it. Sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen to form sulfur trioxide. ठीक है ना? तो इसमें कैसे करेंगे? इधर 2 कर देंगे, 2 to the 4 to the 6, और इधर 2 डाल देंगे तो 6. इतना काफी है आपके लिए. Combination reactions. Please preserve these notes. I really liking the way वो लोग सामने बैठा है. Girls are generally serious. My special request again to the boys, don't just write because you have a copy. वो अच्छा लिख रहा है तो I'm पक्का sure Vivan still a dedicated copy for the revision notes have not been ready. I can correct me if I'm wrong. And dedicated means like this. Abhi this girl, I'm not saying this girl or any girl, this one also. This girl after reading the textbook, they need not read textbook again. बस ये किताब पढ़ो बस स्टैंड में and then go to your exam. And she will bet it is written on the left hand side top. I remember because she has owned it ना, खुद से लिखा है. एक बार hands dirty करना पड़ेगा. Many people make flashcards and put them on their, just like as I told you, the Glendale tests are coming by 15th of July. By 15th of July, the wall beside your bed turns into today chemistry, it turns chemistry. Buy one magic tape. कोई ये सब खराब नहीं होता है. Magic tape you know ना? You know magic tape? बस लगा दो. कल जैसे सिनेमा हॉल में जैसे लगाता है, कल नया पिक्चर, आज केमिस्ट्री के पोस्टर, चारों ओर केमिस्ट्री, केमिस्ट्री केमिस्ट्री. घर के रेफ्रिजरेटर ले लो, जो ले लो, सब केमिस्ट्री. बस हो गया, केमिस्ट्री खत्म, सब कुछ हिंदी हो गया नेक्स्ट डे. Nothing great than having your own notes. And since you will not be, इसका एक और बड़ा पेज भी आता है, which is called the legal page. If you see agreements and all, this is A4. You get a legal one. I actually buy the legal ones. यहाँ तो फटाक से मिलेगा नहीं आपको. Legal is even better. You can write लंबा लंबा. But only problem with legal is that you can't put it on a scanner bed because the scanner bed is a A4 bed. But nowadays you have scanners on your mobile phones. तब ये जो यहाँ पे लिख रहे हो, देखो कलर्स लेके आया, लिख रही है, पढ़ा के भी अच्छा लगता है. ये दोबारा ये काम नहीं करना है. अभी ऐसी अनदर थिंग यू मे से, सर मैं घर में जाके ना इसको फेयर करता हूं. देन यू आर अगेन IDIOT. एक काम 2 बार कर रहे हो. सो मच ऑफ अ हेवी बैग इफ आई एम ब्रिंगिंग, आई शुड हैव स्टफ इन दैट ना. इसको और दोबारा तो नहीं पढ़ाऊंगा, हो गया ये. चलो अब चलते हैं डिकम्पोजिशन रिएक्शंस। रिवीजन में 3 दिन जा रहा है, वाओ। ओके, नंबर 1, व्हेन इज योर टेस्ट बेटा?
18 credits.
टेस्ट इज फिजिक्स, रिफ, लेक, Tion. Date is what? 18th is a Monday, right? Hey, 18th कैसे होगा?
No, sorry. 24th.
24th. 24th means Shaurya the next Monday, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sir.
24th. 23rd is, this is grade 10. 23rd is grade 9. उसका क्या क्या था? Polynomial and motion. And these people also have a test. Grade 8. Grade 8 test is friction and coal petro and linear equation. I just need to confirm this date. Okay. Decomposition reaction. A reaction where a substance like AB will be decomposed to form its constituent compounds or the constituent elements, whatever it may be. And decomposition means we are trying to break. So this is a classic case of bendo. That means you have to supply energy, and this energy is supplied either in the form of heat or in the form of light or in the form of electricity. If you supply electricity, then there is a special name called electrolysis. Lysis means splitting, synthesis means making. लाइट में जाएंगे तो बोलेंगे फोटो डिकम्पोजिशन, इसमें बोलेंगे थर्मल डिकम्पोजिशन. So one of the example we have already seen, CaCO3, if you apply heat. So all these will classify under bendo, means they will all be endothermic. ठीक है, आइए इसके भी कुछ reactions लिख लेते हैं. FeSO4, what should be the name? हाँ चलो आयरन से बोलो. Iron 2, because sulfate is -2, so iron must be in +2 state out here. So this is iron 2 sulfate. Iron 2 sulfate को अगर हम हीट करेंगे, if you are trying to heat, then it forms Fe2O3. Look at the state out here, Fe2O3. So Fe2O3 means oxygen is what? -2. -2 into 3, -6. So this has to be -6. Already 2 is there, so it should be +3. तो +3 मतलब इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? फेरिक बोलेंगे. फेरिक ऑक्साइड, or we will say iron 3 oxide. How many of you understood? How many did not understand? Overall it should be 0 equal to 2 into X for iron plus 3 into -2 for oxygen. Therefore X is equal to what? Sir, -6 becomes +6 by 2, which is equal to +3. +3 means it is the higher state, and if you look at the state out here, 0 is equal to X plus -2, so X is equal to 2. That means here the state is the state. So this will be known as ferrous sulfate. This is trivial name, becomes ferric oxide. ठीक है, हीट दिया है, प्लस SO2 प्लस SO3. इसमें 2 कर देंगे, 6 हो गया. 2 4 8, 3 plus 3 6 to 8. बस done. This is one reaction. Similarly, can you try to break lead nitrate, PbNO3? Again we will apply heat. PbNO3 में heat apply करेंगे. PbO, very good, lead oxide plus and PbNO3. Is it PbNO3? No, it is PbNO3 2, because lead is always +2. तो यहाँ पे क्या बनेगा? NO2. Another thing should form. Oxygen is 2 plus 3 plus O2. Very good. See, it becomes 5. 3 plus 3 2 6, 2 and 2 4 and 1 5. तो इसको भी बैलेंस करना पड़ेगा. So make it 4 2 4 2 to 4. 2 2 and 4. नहीं 2 4 2 2 2 and 4. या ठीक है. 2 nitrogen 2. हाँ 4. So lead 2 nitrogen 2 2 4 nitrogen 4 oxygen 3 2 6. Okay, 3 2 6 to 12 2 to 4 and 2 8 8 and 2 12. That's right. क्या ये देखो ऑक्सीजन 4 to 8 8 to 10 10 to 12. हाँ. Then sodium chloride. The other one that we did in chloralkali process was molten. Brine is brine is what you tell me? NaCl plus water. Here we are only doing NaCl. So this is NaCl's electrolysis. This is not brine, huh? This will split into sodium and chlorine. 2 NaCl splits into 2 Na plus Cl2. Al2O3, aluminum oxide, same electricity. Refining of aluminum is a very, very costly process because it needs intense electricity. India is rich in terms of aluminum ore called bauxite, but refining of aluminum is very cheap in Canada. Canada has a lot of sasta electricity due to hydel power. God has blessed them. So our bauxite goes there and it becomes made in Canada and we buy it back. Okay? So it becomes 4Al plus 3O2. तो यहाँ पे 2 डाल दो. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी हो गया. थर्मल के दो एग्जांपल्स होने चाहिए थे. These are thermal examples 1 and 2. Okay, 3 and 4 are examples of electricity, and 5 and 6 we will see sunlight. So for sunlight we should use AgCl and AgBr. Both are photography में use करते हैं. AgBr and AgCl. Ag stands for argentum. So if you put light out here, it will split to Ag plus Cl2. That means 2 AgCl2, and this will split into Ag plus Br2. 2Ag, 2Ag. Bromine and mercury are the only two elements which are liquid in the entire periodic table, one being assigned to metals, one being assigned to non-metals. Mercury is from the metal family and bromine is from the non-metal. Otherwise bromine is a gas. Room temperature में bromine liquid रहता है. Brown. कौन सा बेटा? हाँ, लाइट का सिंबल नहीं लगाया, देखो. गुड, लगा लो. ठीक है. तो इसके बाद रह गए हमारे पास डिस्प्लेसमेंट, डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट एंड रेडॉक्स. डिस्प्लेसमेंट के बाद एग्जांपल्स आएंगे. ये हम नेक्स्ट क्लास वी शुड बी एबल टू फिनिश दिस चैप्टर. एंड वंस दिस चैप्टर इज ओवर इन नेक्स्ट क्लास मीन्स Shaurya, will we still be in the month of June by next class? Okay. What is the next Monday after that?
Next Monday is
1st of July. So we'll have a test. 1st of July we will have a test on. ये लिख लो. अभी से तुम्हारा हालत खराब कर दूंगा. 1st July we will have a test on chemical reactions and chemical equations, grade 10. 1st July. So that will be very good for you Birla Open Mindians and Glendale Mindians, and you also have. बस ठीक है. हाँ, अब बोलो कल ही ले लेते हैं. चाहिए क्या? कल ही ले लेते हैं मैथ्स टेस्ट. मैथ्स, व्हाट इज योर सिलेबस?